that everything around the world is shifting rapidly, and sometimes when things are happening all of a sudden, we tend to get a bit paranoid and terrified, and because we are not used to it, right? And it's really important to hold on to faith. Um, we all believe in God. Even if you don't believe in God, uh, you you do believe in something, right? You let's say you are an atheist. Um, you might have some kind of tool to seek support. You believe in that. You believe in the power of medicine. That's why you take it. That is your, you know, support system or go to, whenever something happens. So um, now, when it comes to shifting your vibration, especially those who are like me, empaths or highly sensitive people, we tend to absorb so much from our environment that sometimes we start identifying with that energy, and we can't discern. Especially if you're an introvert, since childhood we have been deeply conditioned, and those who have gone through the awakening process in the last 5 or 6 years, they can understand that how you you pick things up and you become that, right? Again, it's okay to fall, it's okay to fail. What matters is that you get back up and keep trying again and again and again and again. And that is inevitable, and it's nothing to be afraid of. There's nothing to be, you have to understand that what is reality? Peace. Reality is peace, love, joy, and it's an ocean of compassion. It's right. It's love. It's nothing but love, and you are here to transform your being, and in that process, you will transform your reality, right? The reality you live in, and that is affecting the collective consciousness. Uh, I was watching a video by this person called Lee Harris. He is a great speaker on energies and uh, the whole awakening process. So you do check that out. And also, I would really like to recommend Sapien Medicine, Sapien Medicine. Th- uh, that is a channel for morphogenetic healing. Now, what is morphogenetic healing? It's in simple terms, it's information that is transferred or transmitted through music. Everything is vibration, right? It's music. Um, now, let's say vibration has its own frequency. It's now the more higher it is, the more pure it is. It's you can call it that is the true music. Uh, the saints and the people who were gifted like Beethoven or Mozart, they would channel that was art. But the more it lowers down, the music or the vibration that we are surrounded by, what we see on the media and around us, that is noise. It's really it's dense, it's dark, it's so polluted that we don't even realize that, and we start psychologically we become addicted to it, because it's feeding our ego, and we we want more of that, because we are just looking at that illusion it is creating. For example, if i if I am looking at something erotic, um, I'm just looking at the nude picture, or video, or whatever it is, and uh, my mind is only picking up that, right? But if I am awake spiritually, if I'm in a higher state, I will automatically reject it, because I will sense the vibration or energy, the information that it's carrying. Every person is carrying a certain, we all are information. Uh, there's nothing but knowledge, information in this universe, right? So we must be careful who we interact with, what we are thinking, what we are watching. Everything is it's your diet, and we need to protect our souls. It is scary. I have to admit, I'm not special, or you know some kind of alien who is giving a lecture here. I'm just an ordinary person. In fact, I'm here to learn from you all, because life can throw you in any direction. You might think, oh, I'm this or that because I've experienced this. Your experiences are nothing. They will come and go, right? Reality is beyond experience or state. So one should be careful of not getting attached to such ideas. They are signs, no doubt, but it's like an advertisement board you see while driving. If you just keep looking at that advertisement, that billboard, you might go in the wrong direction or crash, right? So it's just like that. The sign is there for a reason, and you have to fulfill that. You don't have to just keep looking back at it. You know what it has told you, and you keep moving on, and there will be another sign, that says you're going in the right direction, or this is the wrong way, or whatever, and you will automatically uh, feel confident that, yes, I am in the right direction, and I am finally going in the direction I need to go. I need to be in. So, so yeah, it's very important not to have false expectations. If you want to keep your vibration high, you need to understand, first of all, who am I? You need to question yourself. Don't compare yourself with anybody, right? Universe has provided you what you need. Okay, you'll be amazed when you start looking at all the signs, and the synchronicities that have brought you here. Maybe, let's say, for example, this your video, if you're watching it, you you may think it's a coincidence, but it's not. Nothing is a coincidence. Every possibility already exists in the mind of God, and you are simply accessing into that, the timeline or portal or whatever. Of course, it's not that everything that is happening is just it's like simply uh, an automated program. You do make certain choices. There's no doubt about that. And the more you're awake, you become aware of that. when we are asleep, we live like we are in a coma, and this is what I've been experiencing for a for a few for a few years, and I think it's important to be a witness, no doubt. Yes, you need to be a witness, be neutral, but at the same time, you need to be cautious as well. That you can be impulsive and you might say something or do something. So yeah, it's okay to isolate yourself. I mean, these days we don't really have much choice, because of the whole pandemic and and the whole political situation. This a lot of chaos. So people, especially those who are sensitive to energies, they will naturally, they will go into hibernation. Um, you know, um, so yeah, it's very important to know where you're coming from, because um, your soul has been buried deep down, and you sometimes don't realize that it's not you talking, it's that conditioned self talking and behaving. It becomes that personality, and it's really disturbing when you see that happening. And I can understand now, what it must have been like when I was born, right? So it's really interesting when you observe that, and you realize that you're not completely in control, and you have to learn to surrender to God. Now, again, coming back to um, raising your vibration, it's very important to stay focused on your path, on where you are coming from. Don't compare yourself with anybody, or try to avoid negative people, or anything on the media. And you have to learn to forgive yourself, uh, and others, of obviously. uh, but what happens is sometimes we neglect ourselves so much. It's not that you should be self obsessed, or just become narcissistic. It's that one cannot take care of anybody else if you are if you are hurting or damaging or abusing your own self, right? You need to take care of your mind and body and soul, and then only you can give back to the world, right? And even if you're taking care of one person wholeheartedly, that is equivalent to taking care of the whole of humanity. It's all about your intention. Sometimes we try to do so many things, and we are unable to achieve anything at all. So no, so yeah, I mean, I am learning, and I become aware of my dark side. We all have a dark side. There's nobody is completely, you know, pure, right? We all are working on ourselves. We all are going through an evolution, and it's very important to uh, to wonder, to think, to be present. And you have to um, trust trust yourself. Trust your intuition, and practice compassion. uh, and if you make a mistake, let's say you're going through addiction, just like I am, just try to write it down, that okay, uh, today I this, and tomorrow I'll try to focus on this instead, and I'll try to face this thing that I've been avoiding, instead of thinking that why did I do this, and you know uh, it shouldn't have happened, and going to self-pity, self-loathing doesn't solve anything. So you have to understand that you are here for a reason. You 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 are a unique soul, and the universe has orchestrated the events in your life. Just focus on your life right now, because you are the captain of your ship. You are living, you are seeing things from your perspective in the since the last 20, 25, 30, whatever, right? Yes. And you have to see things, you have to understand that you are here to cleanse your lens, right? And the more you try to see things from the eyes of God, the more your vision will be clear, and it it will make sense that wow, the I mean, there is a lot going on around me in the world, but it's not so bad. I just have to work on myself. I'm so busy focusing on the negative that I forget the positive or what is real. We are living in fiction, uh, and it's a pity that we prefer that instead of truth. You know, so in this world, truth is underrated. Ironically, and we want to buy what the world is selling. Advertising is all about selling lies, and unfortunately, we are programmed to consume, to 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 obey, and so yeah, it's important to be realistic that yes, there is a system, and we are a part of that, the society, and there is a government and everything. But at the same time, one has to realize that within that criteria, that whole the dimension spectrum, we can choose not to become like the majority. We can choose to become peaceful, we can choose to be healthy, we can choose to be positive. you know so yeah, really important to liberate yourself from within. There was a very interesting thing and a beautiful thing, rather. I read about what Father Roman Braga. You can search about him. He was a saint, Christian Orthodox mystic or a saint from Romania who traveled to America, and he told his story about how he was imprisoned for many years, and in that prison he realized God. He before that he wasn't as religious as he became when he uh, entered prison. Before that, it was just indoctrinated uh, and conditioning, and that he would follow. But when he entered the prison, and he went through the torture and the the hardship, in that he experienced Jesus Christ within him as God consciousness, and that is the most beautiful thing. How he had empathy for those uh, who were being harsh and cruel to him, and he showed mercy to them. And he realized that because he had no freedom there, he was led to freedom. It may sound confusing, but what he was trying to say was that the the world nowadays is all about, the youth, especially, I include myself in that we want to disobey, and we want to rebel, and we want to do whatever we want. But in that process, we are seeking freedom outside of ourselves. We want to do whatever, and we are actually escaping from reality, right? So, the real freedom, the freedom that we are actually seeking, truth, it's within you, and only when you remove those idols and turn within, you will find peace.